Hello, fabulous Gemini. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of February 2014, Love Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. The ruling planet of your opposite sign is Jupiter. And this month, Jupiter will reach an exact moment, the second exact moment of conversation with Pluto, standing across the sky from Pluto in a precise alignment. Now, this to me represents a very important development for you, sort of a continuation of a theme that's actually been with you since last summer. And more importantly, I look at the placement of these planets having to do with the part of the sky that has to do with values. Really, it has to do with what's important to you, and it has to do with being honest with yourself about what it is that needs to change and what it is within you that you need to accept. You put these together, and it does suggest a time when you are, as I said, continuing a lesson that has to do with looking at what frustrates you in a relationship, in love, and has to do with looking at where it is that you have power, where it is that you don't, where it comes to influencing another person. But more importantly, I see this element as, or I see this continuing conversation for you as part of this larger trend taking place since last year and this year that has to do with you sort of facing where it is that you are in love, where it is that actually you can do something about where you are in love, where you can't, but also this whole idea of letting change happen and seeing what is actually there, seeing the reality of the situation and deciding on a course of change that works for you. Now, in some cases, that change will be you. It will be looking at your own perceptions, how your own perceptions and beliefs have set up the circumstances you find yourself in. And yet for others of you, this larger lesson has to do with really acknowledging to yourself who this other person is and when it is not working, when it does not fit, and being open to that and being okay with that. What I also find really interesting about this larger trend taking place is, at least this month, as this conversation continues, what we also have happening this month is this strong emphasis on communication and where you're communicating in ways that you like and empower you, and where maybe you are communicating in ways that leave you wondering why you said that. And you put these elements together, this long-term trend that you've been in, and right now, this month, the focus on what it is that you're actually communicating, what it is that you're actually perceiving. And you put these together, and it does suggest a time when, within the context of relationships, a lot of light is being shed. And you're looking at what works for you and what doesn't based on a lot of things that you yourself are saying and you yourself may be perceiving. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean everything that you are perceiving is accurate. It doesn't necessarily mean that you like everything you say, right? But it does mean that there is some truth taking place there for you. And the truth is pointing towards your lessons, not necessarily what is actually the case. You are digging for some truth where it comes to love. You are wanting something that is based in real intimacy, right? Something frivolous just isn't going to work for you. Hasn't for a while now. And this trend is going to continue, especially now. Those of you who think that you want something frivolous, I think this month will leave you with very little doubt that keeping it light is going to be quite difficult, actually. I think a much more likely scenario is through conversation, through surprising yourself or being surprised by the things that are said, whether in writing or verbally. You surprise yourself by acknowledging what it is that you actually want. You surprise yourself with a deeper appreciation of just the type of bond that you want. And it turns out you want something much more significant and much more honest. Those of you in the context of a relationship already are going to want a deepening of that bond if it is meant to last for you. And some of you may actually find yourself getting it. Those of you who are not attached are going to be looking at some of the situations you've already found yourself in the past, where it matched your vision, where it didn't, all in the hopes of learning from that so you can better decide on your direction ahead. One thing is for sure, though, you are in this long-term transit. You are dealing with this energy all month and have been, so this is nothing new, but you have been for the last few months dealing with an energy that's asking you to be honest about the love that you want. And the more honest that you can be, the more willing you are to make changes in support of what you know to be true, the closer you'll find yourself moving to the type of love you truly want. Thank you for watching. It'll be a great month. Be fabulous and enjoy.